Welcome to Lazy Girl Digital, helping you run a successful print-on-demand business. This video is going to show you how simple it is to take a digital design into the real world as a physical product for customers to enjoy. So here's a design that was taken from CANVA. And so using a website like PRINTFUL, we're going to place that design onto merchandise, and nothing physical has been made at this point. So here we've uploaded our graphic to PRINTFUL. At this point, we can now change the size and placement of that graphic, as well as pick the color and sizing we want to offer this item in. Once we are done with this page, we will then be given a selection of mockups to display our item on. To get started with PRINTFUL, click my link below. So now our project has finished loading. We can now see it's there in PRINTFUL. We're going to click onto Etsy now, and we're going to go to listings, and it's going to be in drafts. So now that this item is synced to our Etsy, we can now play around with some mockups and make this more visually appetizing for customers. So here we are on Place It. We're just going to place our graphic onto a variety of different mockups. Place It offers high quality images for us to make our items, come to life. So now in a matter of seconds, you have some high quality mockups that will really enhance your product listing photos. And these could be just the thing a customer needs to see themselves in that product. To get started with Place It, check out my link below. So now that we have these more appealing visuals, customers will be more likely to click on our post. Hey look, we got a sale. And now that we have the sale, we can now move forward onto the next steps. So let's say our item was $50. Our customer pays that $50 to our account in Etsy. This Etsy order automatically goes to PRINTFUL, and PRINTFUL then charges us their cost to make and ship this product. So having a company like PRINTFUL do the hard work and print and ship your orders really allows you more time to design and create a brand that you want. So your Etsy price minus Etsy's fees minus the PRINTFUL cost equals your profit. Just make sure you pay back your credit card, PRINTFUL's cost. Hey look, your customer just received their purchase. And they love it. 5 stars, 10 out of 10. Your customer's happy and you made some money. So now you see how simple it is to get your graphics onto physical items. What will you design next? Please check out the links in the description for CANVA, Place It, and PRINTFUL. I hope this video motivates you to start thinking of opening your own online store. This video will show you how to open an Etsy shop along with posting your first item. Once you've created a free account, click Sell on Etsy. This will prompt you to create a shop. So after answering a couple of basic questions, we're going to be selecting our name. You are not allowed to use spaces in your name, so I am trying out different things, seeing how they look. I know some shops do a mix of upper and lowercase to kind of break up the words, so this is what I end up doing. So once our name is chosen, it's going to prompt us to now create our first listing. So let's make a product listing together. I like to use 2500 by 2000 for a product listing because this will show up perfectly as a display picture for the item. So I am speeding through this process. I've made 4 little moving files. They are .mov, but I do end up changing that to .gif because it just makes more sense. But just for the purpose of this video, I'm just showing you my thought process through making something that'll be eye-catching when people are scrolling through their feed. As you can see, I'm definitely going for like a vintage computer, Windows 98 vibe. I'm trying to find something that's kind of nostalgic. I do end up going with the first one. I just think that the colors kind of pop on it more. And if I'm finding this isn't selling, if this was something I was actually trying to sell, it's so easy to just go in and change your display picture So now I'm going to save 2 copies of this. I'm going to save the first one as a JPEG and the second one as a video. That way, when I post it in my Etsy, it will actually be able to show the display picture, and then it'll show what it will look like if you were to buy them. I absolutely love Canva for their easy to use website. You can try Canva Pro for free for 30 days. I would highly recommend trying this because it's been a lifesaver for a print-on-demand business. Okay, so we're back now onto Etsy. We're going to upload the still photo, and then we're going to upload the video. I've already written out a few words I want to have in the description. Again, I do change this to a GIF file, so this ends up being correct and not the actual image shown, so I will change everything so it all makes sense. This is going to be a digital file, so I don't need to put in a print provider at this time. I'm picking my price. I'm going to make the quantity $9.99. And now I'm going to upload what the customer will be purchasing. So the finished products will be uploaded now. Okay. No returns or exchanges. It's a digital item. I don't do returns or exchanges on physical items either. Here's a little blurb. So Etsy, I think pretty recently changed that now what is written in your description can also be searchable. Before it was only your tags and your title. So there's another opportunity to kind of play with your wording to get customers to come to your store and find you. So now at this point, we're going to be putting in our billing information so that we can actually get paid for our work. Make sure you put your own country and everything. Yeah, there's the finished product, 4 GIF files. The customers can see the video of them working. I put in the terms of use. And now we're ready to start selling this item. This video will show you how to create a graphic that will work for light colored items. Then editing that same graphic for dark items, making both available in the same listing. So I've decided to go for a varsity sporty style of logo, and I'm going to show you how to cut out this white 2001 so that it's transparent. So if you were to put on a pink shirt, a gray shirt, that pink or gray would go through instead of having white printed on. So what I do is I save this as a PNG, and then I upload it right back into Canva. And then I'm going to click on it and use the background remover tool. So now I can use this on any color, and that color will shine through that 2001. Back in Printful, we're going under stores, and we're going to select our Lazy Girl store. If you have multiple stores, they'll all appear on this screen. We're going to pick an item. I like to make sure that the item is available in the United States because that's where I sell most of my items. So now we're placing and centering our graphic, and we're making sure that every color variant is ticked, even if it looks bad. Back here with our original white 2001 that has not been cut out, I'm now going through and changing everything to a more neon green, and I'm going to do that exact same process of saving it as a transparent PNG and then dropping it back in to Canva and using the background remover tool to take out that white text. If you want to see how this design will look in real life, I am going to have this printed with some other designs in a future video. The background remover tool is only available to Canva Pro users. Please check out my link in the description below for a 30-day free trial of Canva Pro. Back to Etsy, we're hitting listings, drafts, and taking out the pictures of the dark on dark. Now back on Printful, we select Edit and check off the 3 dark colors that we want our lighter graphic on. Remove the old graphic and replace it with the new neon graphic. Follow the steps to push these new mockups to your pre-existing Etsy listing. Now that Printful has pushed this new variant into our Etsy listing, we can go forward and publish this listing. So here's our new listing displaying both variants. Here are some steps that helped me create some of my top sellers. Be open to taking custom orders and listen to what your customers are asking for. So for example, I had a pair of women's leggings in my shop. This pair of leggings would have worked perfect on kids' leggings too. It's just something I wasn't thinking about. And so I was selling these leggings maybe 1 to 2 times a week. I had a customer request for these to go on to kids' leggings. So once I did that, I started selling the kids' leggings 2 to 3 times a week. And then after about a month of having good reviews, I now sell this 1 to 4 times a day. To enable custom order requests, go into Etsy, click Settings, and click on Store Options. So this ties in with the last point, use graphics on multiple items. So be open-minded as to how many items you can place one single graphic on. Next, we'll be discussing creating standout listing photos, and this will be including the sizing chart. Recently, CANVA has added more mockup options for pro users. So we can add our graphics directly to these mockups and already have an image that's better for our product listing. Here I'm just taking some screenshots so that I can remove the backgrounds and show these colors, or we could just go into Place It and show another color variant on another model instead of showing the flat lays with the backgrounds removed. For a free 30-day trial of CANVA Pro, check out my link below. There's also a link for Place It as well. So now that I've added in some of my branding colors to the image's background, I can now go back into Etsy and go into listings and save this as my main product image. Okay, so let's talk about sizing charts. So I'm going to be looking at a couple different shops and seeing what they have to offer. This shop, I love the aesthetic, but when I go into the sizing chart, it's not telling me if it's a flat lay or measure yourself guide. It is saying to go up a size or 2 compared to your regular size. This shop is giving a little more information in their sizing chart. It is saying to compare it with something you already own for the most accurate size, so that's something I do like. There are a lot of options, even just on Etsy, to purchase a digital download. Here's one that I found that I like. It says this is a flat lay measurement, so you can compare it to something you already own. It does mention going up a size or 2, and on the top right, it has clear directions on how to measure your product. Back here at the product catalog on Printful, I'm just going to start copying and pasting in all the information. I'm going to try to make one myself. I want to put as much information as possible. I want to make it clear this is a flat lay sizing chart, and I want to give my customers all the information that they'll need, because I don't allow returns, and so if there's a problem with their purchase, they could show me with a measuring tape through a picture that something was wrong, and then in that case Printful will resend something. But if we don't tell them exactly the size it's going to be, it's hard to keep that policy of no returns. As you can see here, I literally just copy and pasted the sizing chart from this specific Gildan shirt from Printful's sizing information, and I was able to paste it perfectly into CANVA. So I saved this in CANVA as a JPEG, and now I'm just uploading it right into the listing. What are your customers liking? Go into Etsy, dashboard, and once people start to like what you've been posting, you can click on their name and see other items that they like. This could be a good way to get inspired of things you would have never thought were popular or in demand. And I'm not saying copy what they're liking, but maybe there's like color scheme or a funny catchphrase, but make it your own. You'll notice that some of these popular items will show how many customers have this in their basket. For myself, and when I see a certain amount of numbers of my items in people's baskets, I would say 1 to 5 baskets for me means 1 sale a week, 5 to 10 means 1 to 2 sales a week, and 15 to 20 is 1 to 2 a day. I'll show you how to get daily sales without using Etsy ads. The countdown is my favorite form of free advertising on Etsy. To activate this feature, go into Etsy and run a sale that will last for 1 day. This pop-up only shows up for the last hour of the sale, so I would suggest running a sale every day to make the most of this free feature. So here I'll show you what happens when you add a 1-day sale item into your basket. As you can see under the price, it's showing that the sale is going to end in 2 hours. And in my basket, I now also have a countdown. So it's an hour later, and the sale is about to end. So now I'm getting pop-ups everywhere while I'm on Etsy to hurry up and make this purchase. The seller must be in another time zone because this popped up at 6 p.m. for me. If you do like using social media, I would suggest using promo codes to bring people to your shop. My favorite way of using promo codes is when someone reaches out to me via Etsy, whether they're asking about shipping or sizing, I will answer their question and then I'll also offer them a promo code, as well as remind them about the free shipping. I feel like sometimes that's just the extra little nudge needed to finalize a sale. Targeted offers are quick and easy to set up. You could send them as a thank you to someone who has purchased from your shop. They can go to people who have abandoned your items in their baskets, also people who have favorited your items. It's a quick and easy way to have people reminded of your items. Offering free shipping in Etsy gives your listing an added boost, and it could also be the final thing that a customer needs to see in order to make a purchase. Just be sure to also increase your item's cost to make up for the free shipping. How will our designs look in real life? We're going to start by placing all of the graphics we've been working on onto one page in CANVA. So I've been working on multiple logos and designs that I'd like to put on shirts in my Etsy shop. And so I'm just placing them all onto one page so that I can take this page, save it, and then put it onto PRINTFUL, put it on a shirt, and place an order. Back on PRINTFUL, I hit New Order, Personal Orders, and then Sample Order. This will give me 20% off of 3 items and free shipping. I'm now picking the item I want to place my large graphic on, and then I end up having a couple of graphics that are not compatible with print on demand. So these graphics, because they had some transparent elements, they're a little fuzzy around the edges, that doesn't translate. So I have to go replace those with images that will actually work for print on demand. I'm going to place this order a little bit differently than I was first showing. I'm going to sync this to my Etsy shop and then place a sample order from PRINTFUL through my Lazy Girl Digital Etsy shop. So the sample shirt is now synced, and we're going to try to place this order again. So as I was describing, we're going New Order, Etsy, Lazy Girl Digital, and we're placing the sample order. Again, this is going to give us 20% off of 3 items, and it's also going to have free shipping. So now I'm just choosing the items I want. It's not showing the photo for the shirt, but I know that's the correct shirt, and it has the front and back graphics I made, and this will have combined a little over 40 images that I can now test out and see how they look in real life. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to use this as a sleeping shirt after I film it. So I'm doing extra large so it's nice and cozy, and I'm adding it to the basket, and I'm also going to add in the 2 sticker sheets because I want to compare how the stickers print to how the shirt prints. I know the stickers are going to be way more clear, and I know that these like metallic-y elements with a little bit of a blur fuzz around the outside, those are going to translate great into stickers when they would not translate well into a t-shirt. This is one of my favorite hacks because for such a low price, I can now get a physical version of multiple designs, and I can have more confidence selling these designs because I know how they're going to turn out. After confirming this order, I realized that I made a little error, so I'm going to show you how to change an order once it's already been placed, because you'll find you'll need this with customers too. So for this middle lazy girl sticker, there's a couple little cutouts in the final product. So I just went into CANVA and I placed a little oval right behind it so that nothing would shine through. And then I just go into change order and I can now replace / edit that image right in Printful. Here's a sneaky little bonus tip that I like to use for my shops. It's completely free and it allows you to have a graphic on the outside of the packaging from Printful. So you go into settings, you go into branding, and you can upload a little image that will show up in black and white on your package. Here's my package. It arrived about 10 days after I placed the order, and I think everything looks really great. So now I'm just comparing my original graphic to what came printed. I could see some of like this flower. It was a painted graphic, and I could see a little bit of the paint stroke shining through. The bottom rocket in the green star. The digital version had a little bit more texture in the star. That didn't really pop out, but I'm really happy with how the cutout letters turned out in that flame. That came up really sharp, so I'm happy with pretty much everything. The little color codes, it's funny. The middle bar I feel like came out differently than I expected. The sprinkles or sparkles in the rainbow and teddy turned out okay. I'm on the fence if I'll keep that or not, but I'm really happy with like these little mushrooms. I didn't think that ombre color would turn out, and I like how the paint behind this tiger is shining through. That was just a test because I was unsure. Here are the paint strokes in these little flowers in this face. If I zoom in, you can kind of see, but it's not as clear as in the graphic. And some of this line work, I thought it wouldn't turn out as well as it did, so I'm really happy. That little color wheel, the greens really blurred in together. And again, those little glitters, I think I like them. I have in the past ordered Printful's color shirt. And so if I do want to go in and change a few things in my graphics, I could just compare my stickers now that have the correct color to these color swatches. And also, fun fact, when I ordered this color swatch shirt, I did the same thing where I put about 20 designs on the back of it because I knew I wasn't going to wear the shirt anyways. So I tried to make the most of the surface area of the shirt. So if you were to flip it over, you'd see my very first graphics, which I will not show you. But these stickers turn out amazing. I love this metallic-y chrome effect for stickers. I wish it turned out on shirts, but it doesn't. And I'm really happy with those.
We are going to be discussing return policies and how to enforce them. First, we're going to go to our shop settings. First, in Etsy, we're going to make sure that we have returns and exchanges clicked off so that it shows our customers we don't accept them. And it also gives us some editable policies. I don't want any policies other than no returns or exchanges, so I just keep like that. Just as a side note, it also looks like Etsy is now making you apply the no refund policy to each listing prior to publishing it, so be sure you have this activated. As an online store, we cannot offer our customers the chance to try before they buy, so we need our customers to be well informed of what exactly they're purchasing. Whether the reason for wanting a return is customer remorse, the wrong size, or just not what the customer was expecting. You need to have clear policies in place before customers start making purchases. Having these clear policies will protect you when someone is requesting a return or an exchange. Remember that sizing varies from brand to brand. Even within the same brand, items can have inconsistent sizing. You will need to provide the customer with a clear idea of what to expect and how it will fit. Instead of simply saying, sorry, that's my policy, no refunds, let's give our customers as much information as we can in the product listing. My favorite style of product measuring charts are flat lay product measuring charts. So we have some templates here in both Placeit and CANVA of some product measurement charts. You can also get something in Etsy. I like this one because it's showing the model is 5'9" and wearing a size large. The one after this is giving more of a description on the garment itself. The only problem with these first two is that it's not saying if this is measure yourself or measure the item. So also on the bottom, I'm showing how to make something like this one, which is showing that it's a flat lay and it's telling you the exact measurements of the item. So the person is not measuring themselves, they're measuring the item, so they can compare it to something that already fits them well, and you're not relying on them knowing what size they usually are. You're relying on the actual measurements. This is good too for higher ticket items like swimsuits and leggings. So you may want to pause the screen here to review my size chart. I'm making it clear that the size chart shows the product measurements when laid flat, and I'm trying to give as much information as I can so that the customer is well informed before purchasing. So if a customer is claiming that the sizing is off, you can't say, send me a photo of you measuring yourself in the item. Like, that's just awkward. But you can say, because you have a flat lay measurement chart, you can ask them to send you a photo of the item and compare it with a measuring tape or something like that to show that it was sewn incorrectly. And you're going to find that when you ask people to send them the flat lay measurements showing that it's sewn incorrectly, they're not going to respond to that, or they're going to notice at that time that, hey, they didn't read the product information at all. They just purchased like they normally do, and now they want to return because they were not putting in the time before they made the purchase. So again, you might want to freeze the frame here. This is my frequently asked questions page. I'm telling people to review the product measurements carefully. This is made to order, processing time, shipping time, return policy. I even have promo codes here so that if people use the promo codes, they're getting them from my FAQ page. And so I've just added this to my t-shirt posting, and now this posting is good to go. My top 3 favorite ways to find inspiration for new designs. It can be frustrating at times when you're ready to work, but you have creative block with no ideas coming in. Who's liking your work? I have shared this tip in the past, but it's very useful when you go into your dashboard and then see the customers that are liking your designs. See what else they're liking, because these could be popular items, the style, different color combinations, different fonts. I'm just looking for different things to inspire me and just get my brain thinking a different way than I normally do. We're not copying these designs, we're just getting our brain thinking a different way. But definitely make designs your own and don't copy someone else's work. Next up is CANVA elements. So personally, I can spend quite a long time just browsing through elements, getting inspired. Here I'm starting with cottagecore, and then it ended up turning into this Volkswagen van that I found through the same artist. If you do like a set, you can copy and paste in that top left bar there what the set's name is so that you can always refer to it. But I end up not wanting to go for this camping style. I want to go for something more beachy, so I just search Volkswagen van and I start pulling up things that are more of a beachy aesthetic. And if this was something you were to put in your shop, definitely don't put in Volkswagen because that will get flagged after a while. So you might get sales at the beginning and then it'll get flagged, and that could be obviously bad for your store. So I'm just showing how I went from something completely cottagecore to something more surfer beach aesthetic. Lastly, getting inspired by anything and everything. So I try to, when I'm browsing the internet and just doing my own thing, I try to be aware of like colors and different patterns that maybe I could somehow incorporate into my own designs. So here I was just looking at nails for my next manicure, and I saw this and I loved the color combination. So here's a quick little design I did inspired of those nails. but I still want to play around with this color combination, and I was thinking having this pattern with planets would be something cute too. And always remember, you can read the licensing made simple through CANVA. This allows us to sell these items, but we have to make them our own, and we can't just sell them as they come as a digital product on our Etsy. We have to make them our own and change them. So here I'm just playing up with the color combinations, and I'm trying to make a good design that I think I can use for leggings or swimsuits or something. I'm just playing around here. Once I'm satisfied with my color selection, I'm just going to duplicate this and make it into a more flowing pattern that I can try it on some different items now. So we could see from this simple manicure set how we were inspired to make these cool designs.
Please check out the links in the description for CANVA, Placeit, and Printful. I hope this video motivates you to start thinking of opening your own online store.